The same password. The easiest way to remember a password is to use only one. Imagine, every day criminals send out phishing attacks to capture your password. So once you provide them with your password, if you use the same one everywhere, the first thing they would do is try their luck with the same password for hacking into your other accounts. Similar to having a master key to open every lock in your house. While it's probably okay to use the same password for sites that don't store any personal identifiable information, you should use different and secure passwords in any situation where your identity or financial information could be compromised. Single character varying. Password guessing programs are wise, but you should be wiser. This is a change a lot of people will implement when asked to change their password. They comply by changing 1 to 2. Password guessing programs know this trick and will discover it in a second. Another variation of this practice is to include a symbol by adding exclamation mark or ampersand into the end of your existing password. That's virtually the same as adding a number at the end, and this too will be easily cracked. Non-alphanumeric characters should be used within the password only, not at the beginning or end of it. Substituting numbers for letters. Unfortunately, cybercriminals and the software they use onto that trick. Special characters are not always the most practical characters to include in your password, but they are most effective. Special characters like this can often be the difference between being hacked and remaining secure. For example, using a password like superduper567, hackers may need several hours to crack. But when including special characters in your password, such as superduper at #567, can take up to a month of Sundays for hackers to crack. Personal information. Avoid the name of your relatives. Don't use birth dates, phone numbers, addresses. Don't think that you can protect yourself by invoking personal information. With social networks, it is simple for criminals to harvest that information that you so innocently post. I know you love your pets, and sometimes you use them as your passwords for its simplicity and the fact that it is easy to remember. While we might love our pet names, so do hackers, as they are easy for them to crack, especially when they see it in social media posts. Sharing passwords. Even when a password is very strong, the strength of the password will be wasted if it eventually falls into the wrong hands. If you think it's safe to share passwords with your best friend or even your spouse or family member, think twice. It's not just because they may do something bad, it's because they may unintentionally expose your password to hackers. Too short. The shorter a password, the more opportunities for observing, guessing and cracking it. When you're making new password, 8 characters should be the absolute minimum. Use more, 10, 12, 20 and more. Too simple. Even a 12 character password isn't going to do so much if it's something like this or this. Hackers frequently use attack dictionaries of English and foreign languages with millions of most common passwords and variations that look for whole words or words pieced together, and they can crack this simple ones in minutes or even seconds using home computers. A strong password needs to have a mix of uppercase and lowercase characters along with numbers and symbols. Something like that will slow a hacker down, but modern computers are fast enough to try substitutions like this as well. Your passwords needs to be virtually random. Something like this. Oh, you can see it on your display. Neither will they. Storing passwords. It may seem obvious, though password is a protector, but it also requires protection from third-party eyes at least. Even if you have the strongest and most unique passwords in the world, they are unsafe if stored locally unprotected. Many people create strong, unique passwords and then write them down on sticky notes and then stick it on monitors. Some people keep their passwords in a notebook, lying open. Instead of writing precious passwords somewhere, consider using a good password manager, protected by strong encryption. Password Manager is a program that stores and locks your passwords behind a single master password. Never changing passwords. Regularly changing passwords is not what I want to mostly spend my time on. It leads to people making passwords too simple, too short, too common, or reusing them. In general, you should only change your password if you think it's been involved in a data breach. Anyway, update the ones you haven't changed in years. They probably include some of mistakes mentioned, and you want them to be as strong as possible. Two-factor authentication and multi-factor authentication. 2FA combines something you know, like a password, with something you have, such as a mobile phone. 2FA means the system is using both elements to authenticate your identity. MFA takes this one step further by combining something you know, something you have, and something that is unique to your physical being, like your retina or fingerprint. You need all of them to authenticate your identity. Remember, your computer password is your first, last, and best line of defense. Are you still convinced that your password is the work of a genius? Take care.